I'm Robert Cardoza. You're watching On the Street, the intersection of business and politics. My guest today is Oscar Gonzalez. Oscar is an expert at websites and a web presence, also social media. I've never met anybody in my life as tuned in as he is to social media and technology. So Oscar, welcome back to this segment. We were talking about websites and building them, the things you have to think about, how you coordinate the social media with that and the importance of that. And so I'm kind of going to give you a free rein here and talk about, okay, I'm a new guy, don't know anything, I come to you, I have a new company and I need a web presence and I don't know a damn thing about social media, and I need you to kind of tell me a little bit about what you think I need to draw stuff out of me. Treat me like a brand new customer.
Sure. The first question I would ask you is how long you've been in business and what your type of business audience is.
I'm starting a brand new business and I have an accounting and tax practice.
Okay, so I would assume that you want to cater to the small business community and individuals that need your services. So we can rule out anybody underage, we can rule big corporations out, and focus on that target demographic. Based on that, we'll do some analysis on your competition and see how they're doing things and what kind of approach they're taking. Then we'll build a overall plan for you to have a website and drive traffic to the website, and then have people stay on the website and purchase your service or product or contact you, whatever you prefer. We can create a shopping cart, for example, that would allow people to buy services on demand. Maybe you have a tax service that's for an individual and they can prepay for it, and all they have to do is mail you their forms and then you process it. So we could have a process in place where they sign up, fill in their information, and then fax you or email you or mail their tax paper, and then you in turn just get to work and do their returns without them ever having to come into the office. So that's one approach that we would take. Then we also look at the marketing and promotion of that website. So generally people will tell you, we have to be on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, and Google+. And partially I agree with that. Those are the major 4 networks out there. But based on your type of business, there may be other places where you should be a part of. For example, if you're based out of a city, maybe in San Diego or Orange County, whatever, you will go and look for the communities that people gather around that you can participate in. For example, a forum, a local forum of events and activities going on around the city, and you want to be part of that so that people get to know you a little better.
Sort of like a chamber of commerce
Sure.
or local networking groups.
Exactly. And there's a lot of social networks that are really dedicated to a specific region or type of business. So you want to participate on those and complement your presence with the big networks as well. But we come in and we would tell you that we look at your audience, we look at your goals, what type of business you want to be doing, how much, and then also who your audience is and how are you going to reach them and maintain a relationship with them. Because today's day and age with social media and the instant results on mobile devices, when you're searching for stuff, you want to have a personal relationship with your customers as much as you can. And you do that through social media. It no longer is a case where somebody just hires the first name in the phone book or an advertisement. They actually want to know the company behind that name or the person behind the company's name and decide if they want to do business with them by how much they like you and trust you. So we tell you how to establish that rapport with our customers. And sometimes it may take a few months or even a year before that person becomes a customer of yours. But it's very likely that once they decide to go with your services, they will never go to another person because you built a personal relationship with them through social media and your website.
Before that phone rings, before they make an appointment to come in and talk to you face to face, they want to learn a little bit about you and your company.
Oh, definitely. They want to know statistics about your company, how long you've been around, what type of businesses you serve, what type of audience, what type of success record you have. So testimonials are a really great way of doing that. And sometimes you want to get testimonials from social media. So they will see their own friends raving about your services. And that's key because once you see that a service has a recommendation by your neighbor or your friend or somebody that you like and trust, it's more likely that you will hire that service. And we take care of making sure the social media displays that and that you have the ability to communicate that effectively through your website.
So would you say that some form of social media is an absolute necessity as a plug-in to a web presence? Because people have to be able to communicate, and so do you, right? A good example being my television shows out there on the web all the time in a number of different places. My radio show was certainly out there in a number of different places. You use that to remind people, hey, my show's on at 5 o'clock tonight.
Yep.
And, you know, that's a necessity, I'm guessing,
Absolutely.
for growth.
The same way that back from 1995 till like 2002, people said you have to have a website, and like we discussed in the previous segment, if you don't have a website, your business isn't really out there yet. That's already passed and done. We're assuming that you have a website. The new thing for that is social media. You have to be in social media of some sort for you to communicate with your customers in real time, answer questions, provide them feedback, and establish a trust relationship. And most of the time, this happens before they even become a customer.
So let's talk about costs here, just in general. Let's not talk about these mega companies, because that's really not what we're talking about here. Let's talk about small companies or smaller companies that need a web presence. I'm guessing that there's a starting point. You can get bare bones stuff, and then there's a point where you can get a really nice looking website, and then there's this point where, you know what, until you get into that $20 million range or something, you don't need anything beyond this.
Sure. So we offer 4 levels of pricing. First is free. You actually simply purchase a service from a provider vendor, and we do a website build out for free. It's very basic, bare bones, as you said, but it'll get you started and get you online. Then you can decide if you want to continue to a better service or more robust. But you at least have a website online. Then after that, we have several tiers, like $1,000, $3,000, $5,000, and then goes up
from there.
Correct. Most of the time, we found that local small businesses have a budget between $1,000 and $5,000, and that our packages are all inclusive. And so the only thing that changes between them is the amount of stuff we do for you. Yeah. But all of them are great for any business starting out or simply redesigning their website.
And it's not something you're subscribing to that you got to repay for every year. You own this thing.
Correct. It's one time, and it's owned by the company. In fact, they own it from the moment we start working on it. If for any reason they decided to move to another company or change plans, they get to take all that with them. And what's really great about our service compared to other people is that we give our clients a full year of support and maintenance included in that price, which is unheard of in our industry. Most people charge you a monthly fee for that.
So let's real quick give those 2 websites out again and a phone number, if you will.
Sure. The all-inclusive website is oscarstech.com. And for web design only, you go to ocweb.pro. So instead of .com, you go to ocweb.pro. And you can reach me directly at 949-459-3571 or anywhere on the website. So you'll find my contact information.
Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. I always enjoy it when you're here. I want to remind everybody that coming up next is going to be the good news and the bad news. You're watching On the Street, the intersection of business and politics. I'm Robert Cardoza.